A lot of expectations on the track tonight for all Nigerian athletes. Ofili, Akintola, also Toby Amazon. The three of them will be expecting a lot from them. Ofili and Akintola in the semi-final, where they will be trying to get to the finals of their respective races. And for Toby Amazon, we'll be expecting her to actually scoop the gold in the 100 meters hurdles final. On that note, I will welcome you to Sports Update. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Like I said, we started from Budapest, where in few minutes from now, or in few hours from now, Akintola and Favour Ofili will be running respectively in their respective races. Both of them run in the 200 meters races for the men and women. And for Favour Ofili, she actually powered her way through to the semi-final with a time of 20.26 seconds in her heat to actually take it through to the semi-final. She actually needed to wait for that result to be confirmed. I beg your pardon, it's 22.66 seconds, and for Akintola it was 20.45 seconds in his own race at the semi-final of semi-final of first heat of the 200 meter races for men and women. And for Favour Ofili, most especially, a lot has been going on for her from injury. A lot of persons expected that she would not be able to make it to Budapest, but she had to put the injury behind her. Few days to Budapest, she had to shake off that injury and head straight to Hungary in Budapest precisely. But now she ran a race of 22.66 seconds in her own heat to qualify for the semi-final. And now in the semi-final, few hours from now, we will be seeing Favour Ofili returning to the tracks. But the toughest one is that the 100 meters champion right now, Sha'Carri Harrison of United States of America, is in that race. They will be running with Tolu of Cote d'Ivoire. Favour Ofili has a very big task in her hand. You know what I'm saying? Favour Ofili, I fear, if she's a very good runner, she still holds the title for Nigeria, but can she, because the 100 meters champion is there, Tolu of Cote d'Ivoire is there, a lot of, in fact, Sharika Jackson is there. They will be running on the same track in the semi-final. Can Favour Ofili make it out?
Let me go spiritual here. Favour will locate her. Although we have a very high stake athletes with her and the team, and despite her from injury, she has shaken off from injury and able to go through get to the semi-final. Now it's really something I really admire about her. So what we have to do is not to, although the odds there are not in her favour, but we just have to just relent. We just have to have that Nigerian spirit and support her and pray that she wins, because I'm sure now she's also a little bit scared. And if we are people here from Nigeria also trying to say that, are you sure she's going to win? Are you sure she's going making her scared? It's not going to be a good one. So I think she has to be psychological. She has to be ready for it, and we believe she's going to win.
Okay, she has to be ready psychologically for that race, because the persons that she will run side by side are not just an easy athletes at all. We have the 100 meter world champion in that race also, but for Favour Ofili, that spirit of a strong woman, she can get through. If after shaking off that injury and she was able to run a time of 22.66 seconds to qualify as the first preliminary qualifier from her own race. She came fourth, but with that time, she has to fend off a competition from other athletes in that particular order to qualify for the semi-final. But she can also hold her own against the champions of champions in that race. But we expect good one from Favour Ofili, and Akintola also in his own 200 meter race semi-final. I think both of them in a few minutes from now, we will be seeing these two athletes running in the 200 meter semi-final for men and women. Akintola and Favour Ofili, we are solidly behind you. Go get the job done and qualify for the final. Okay, let's leave Budapest and come home, where the Nigerian Boxing Federation has opened camp for her boxers to qualify, preparation for the Olympic qualifiers in Paris come 2024. Is in two camps are being opened one here in Nigeria and the other one in the UK. We have the male and the female category. In the male category here, we have the 75 kg, 65 kg category, male and female, that will be training at the gymnasium in Lagos. That is National Stadium Surulere in Lagos, where they will be using the gymnastics hall for their training. And then in the UK, 63 kg for the women will be training in the UK also for the men. Now, what's our chances where we were not at the last Olympics? Now, they have been, the Nigerian Boxing Federation have been mandated to take our boxers to Paris 2024, and now the camp has been open for all boxers to come in.
It's late to me. They open the camp late because this, you are going for something next year, and you are just opening just close to the end of the year, just opening your camp. To me, I think it's late. The
camp is even open because they have to go through the qualifiers from the African region first.
It's late. They should have opened probably like last year. Start preparation. I think one of the major things we have in the country is lack of preparedness, and we just think other countries, probably the European countries or the US, they just go there and do magic. It's not magic. They prepare long ahead. You cannot expect something. Something is next year and you're just opening now. Why? It's late to me, because you are not. I'm sure those in the other advanced country have started probably like 2 years ago to start preparing
for the Olympics.
Yes, because I don't. So that's. But we just hope these boxers are actually they are opening a camp for they prepare. They go there and make us proud, because to me it's late, because I don't think if the likes of Akintola when he presented the UK in the Olympic, he did it like a year before then. I don't think he'll be at the level he is now, because I think he started preparing like 2 or 3 years before then. So I think we should emulate that in Nigeria, not just opening like almost a year to the competition. You're not opening camp. Why not do something like 2 years before, so that these people.
Okay, let's look at it this way. Do you support this smart move, opening 2 camps, one in Nigeria and one in the UK?
Yeah, it's a good one, because at least you have we have more facilities in the UK.
Better facilities in the UK.
You have many. If you are to look at it in the UK, we have many Nigerian boxers. Right? Because I was watching the documentary where it's about boxing, where they intervene some of the boxers. These young guys, you can see Tunji, names like Tunji.
A lot of Nigerians in the UK.
Femi and Chigozi, many Nigerians there. So those are more exposed to better facilities and better boxing equipment. So I think it's a good one.
Okay, it's a good one from the Boxing Federation of Nigeria, opening 2 camps, one in Lagos and one in the United Kingdom. And we are going to see our boxers go through the African Olympic qualifiers before we can say, okay, how many are we going with to the Olympics that will be happening in Paris come 2024. The last time out we were in Rio 2016, London 2012, but this time we were not in Tokyo. We want to get the qualification ticket. We want to showcase our boxers. The likes of Ajagba attended one of the competition previously. Okay, let's leave boxing and talk some football matters, but administrative side of it now. The MPFL organizers have frowned and have given warning to the clubs, the all MPFL clubs, over indebtedness and not paying officials their entitlement, their salary. This has been a thing of worry. Sincerely speaking, if you go around these clubs, ask these players, I know some of the clubs personally that their players are being owed 2-3 years salary. Officials, the same thing, they've not been paid, and you expect these guys to give you result. Now the MPFL body has said, okay, we are going to punish clubs that are owing their players and their officials by what the punishment is this: they will not allow them to complete their registration. Is this punishment enough?
No, okay. I want to deviate from what you said earlier, but about them not being paid. Is it that these clubs have the money they don't want to pay? It's another thing we have to look at. Do they have the money? Most of these clubs are actually struggling, if you look at it, because they are. Are
you not supporting them of not paying the players and their officials?
I'm not supporting. I'm not saying it's not. Some of them, it's not their fault.
Whose fault?
Do they have the money? It's what you look at.
Before you run a club,
okay.
you must make funds available.
What if they
and some of these clubs are being owned by state governments.
What if they run out of funds? For instance,
in what way?
If you look at
allocation comes to the state. There are
how much is the allocation?
How much is the allocation?
You look at it.
I'm not the federal government, but allocation comes to the state. And the state also have the way of generating their own revenue. So are you now making case that the players should be owned? Because some of these players are the breadwinners of the family.
I am not supporting.
You are supporting them.
No, I said what is. I'm just looking at it from different angles. What is bad is bad. Look at other advanced countries. The money they make alone from fans coming to watch games week in, week out is even enough to play players. Then talk lots of endorsement, TV rights, and all of those things. How many of those things we have in Nigeria? One of these clubs have TV rights. How many of these clubs have enough of sponsors? How many fans do come to watch this football in the field? Okay, now the league organizers has taken a very smart move by telling them that by telling clubs owners and whatever you, if you don't pay these players, we will stop your registration. If they don't have the money, what would they have the money? How sure are you? They should have the money, and they have the money. Are you members of this team? Some of these, like I said, most of the clubs in Nigeria are owned by state government. So you won't tell me that a state is so poor cannot service the salaries of the club players that are playing for this, and you want the best. If a state cannot pay minimum wage of 30,000 naira. Then you not expect them to, they will not transfer, it's not football they want to focus on. You look at it from other aspects. Noel Samson, I think you are in partner with these guys for not paying their players. From the way you speak. No, it's bad. It's not, nobody wants to work without getting paid. It's just the truth. I frown at it. It's something I've been talking about that they don't get paid. But when you look at it, these teams you are saying they don't get paid. They don't even have the money. Have you seen their stadium? Have you seen the facilities they are using? Are you even sure they are even generating revenue? These are things you look at, Mr. Emmanuel. Okay, a lot of issues there, but for the NPF organizer actually making this smart move to tell the clubs, if you don't pay your players and officials, we will actually stop your registration. I think I'm in support of that. Something needs to be done because a lot of these players are the breadwinners of their family. They have families, they have people who look up to them. Some of them are uncles to some persons, and you know, when uncle is coming back home, the children expect a lot, or when daddy is coming back, they expect a lot from them. So club owners, they made free to pay your players. Okay, let's leave that story and talk some transfers straight away. Let's go to Tottenham, where Tottenham at this point in time has entered into the race, looking at to sign ready to pay £50 million for Brennan Johnson of Nottingham Forest. Fantastic player. Chelsea is also going for this player. I think the two London clubs are coming for this man. But for Tottenham, they are ready to pay £50 million for Brennan Johnson. I'm shocked because what is Awoni doing there? If they want to go for Brennan Johnson, Awoni has been one of their best players so far. So why are we not going? Why is Chelsea or Tottenham not going for him? Then going for this young man? Is it that Brennan Johnson is not a good player? But he's not as fantastic as Awoni to me. That's just the truth. He has been doing the games. You can see against Arsenal, he entered the squad. The last match he played, he entered within 3-4 minutes. He scored. So what is so spectacular about it? If he's so spectacular, why is not be scoring for them? Are they actually looking for creativity? And let's not forget that Awoni is not creative. Let's not forget that what's his name? Harry Kane has left the team. They need to fill in those spaces. He's a good winger. And Awoni to me is a better player than this young man. But if Nottingham Forest say they don't want to sell Awoni, will you force Nottingham Forest to sell Awoni? Bring money. Money is everything. Now, if they should bring like 60 million Awoni, they will let him go. 60 million pounds. Yes, they will let him go. Awoni is worth more than that. You can see, and now okay, let's leave Tottenham. Let's also talk about this transfer that is also making wave in Europe. Bayern Munich at this point in time also eyeing this young man Kenneth Tite of Fulham. I think every club is trying to buy players from the English
Premier League. Now, Bayern Munich has come back after snapping up a hurricane. They want Fulham Kenny Tite, very enterprising player, good player. Now, he's a defender. They are looking at the possibility of Pavard leaving and then using Tite as a replacement for Benjamin Pavard. Now, Tite to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, it's a very to the young man. It's a very fantastic move for him because Bayern Munich is quite a bigger team than Fulham. So for Bayern Munich's scouting team to look at the young player, I think they've seen some potentials in him. I think probably earlier there was rumors about Arsenal, Chelsea, or some other big English teams also wanted to sign him also too, but I don't know what happened. So to me, if I were to be him, I would like to go to Bayern Munich.
The German Bundesliga.
Yeah, because it's quite. I have more pay, more trophies. At least I won't go a season without winning the trophy. That's what's the most important as a player, apart from the money. And for them going to him, they're going to pay him something more than what Fulham is actually playing him.
Okay, they are going to offer more to him than what Fulham is currently paying Kenny Tite right there. And if Bayern Munich get this deal through, it's going to be a replacement for Benjamin Pavard, who well, might be on his way out of the team. Let's see how it ends at the end of the day. Now let's talk about this last one on the show. Man City, always in the news. Now, they have also set their sights. If they can't get Paqueta, they can also get Iberici Eze from Crystal Palace. Man City is just looking for every good player they want to get to their team.
It's a fantastic player. Iberici Eze played 37 matches for
Crystal Palace
yesterday. Last season, scored 10 goals. Out of the 10 goals, he had 5 away. 5 of them were from were home. 5 were away, and it's a fantastic one for a midfielder. Him and Iberici, Iberici Olise are quite fantastic players. These are players you can rely on. Forget that they are in Crystal Palace. These are players that when they are in the right environment and they are in the right they are with right players and right team, they're going to excel exceedingly.
Okay, let me ask you this quickly. Do you think Iberici Eze will fit into Crystal Palace, will fit into Manchester City setup? And is he going to have playing time bearing with the arrays of stars in Manchester City?
That is the issue.
Because you still have Bernardo Silva there.
Yeah, although but it seems Bernardo Silva is injured. So although
no, it's Kevin De Bruyne that is injured.
So although will he have that playing time in Man City? That I cannot assure him. And that is just the truth. But if he's going to fit to the style of play of Man City, yes, because he's a fantastic player. You can see what he has been doing for Crystal Palace. But that playing time is a problem. So is he willing to fight for that? Is another thing. Is he willing to fight for that? So if I were to be Iberici, why not stay? If I know the opportunities for me to excel, to play in Manchester City will not be that much. Why not stay as a young and fantastic player, still very young? Why not stay in Crystal Palace for a couple of years? Then when he knows, whenever he's already well established, and whenever he goes to a team, there's no need of trying to settle for. No, he's going to go to the first team. Look at Calvin Phillips there in Manchester City from Leeds. He was one of their key men in Leeds. Now he went to Manchester City. In fact,
bench warm.
Now there are options of selling or loaning him out because there's no space for him there. He's just getting fat on the bench.
Getting paid and sitting on the bench for Kevin Phillips. I think for Manchester City, they actually want to get every player they can actually get to replace the likes of Riyad Mahrez, who has left the team, and then for Kevin De Bruyne, who has suffered injury right now, who's out for how many months. And also, let's not forget that Pep Guardiola will not be in the dugout this weekend due to some surgical operation he will be having. But 2 games so far in the English Premier League. What are the signs of the season for you, Numer Samson?
From what aspect?
Look at all of the teams. 2 games so far. The big teams with Manchester United, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea. We cannot take that away from Chelsea. Arsenal, and then Brighton, who's trying to Newcastle.
I think Arsenal is really in a very good position now. Don't lie about that. Despite having
to win the league.
Yeah, to me, I think Man City also too, as usual, they are contenders.
They can defend their title.
With the Man U game against Tottenham last season, if they decide they want to play, then I think it's really there's nothing for them, because apart from Tottenham winning them, Tottenham played them hands down, and that was the truth. And for Liverpool, they are really trying, they are doing everything to make sure they are also part of the big teams. And for Chelsea, really, it's really Chelsea. I think the last match Chelsea played against
West Ham.
I think I've seen Chelsea dominate such position last, probably before Thomas Tuchel left Chelsea. That was the last time I saw Chelsea dominate such a possession before. But I don't know what's happening. It seems the defense is shaky. It is need to get everything together.
Okay, get everything together. I think the English Premier League is getting interesting. Over this weekend, we'll be having the third games, match day 3 in the English Premier League and other leagues of Europe. That is where we'll leave it on Sports Update. Noah something. Thanks for doing justice to the topics on the show.
The pleasure is mine.
All right, that is where we'll leave it on Sports Update. I am Emmanuel Fashemi. Thanks for watching.